Hello everybody, my name is Audrey and welcome to my channel. Please take the time to like, share, and subscribe. So as you can tell from the title, I wanted to have a conversation regarding the fact that I quit my job. And you know what? I'm so excited, guys, for real. And I know, and I thought that this conversation would be relevant because I know there's a lot of people who are in that situation who are really considering leaving their job. And I want to tell you something. For me personally, it's like the best thing that I could have ever done. Seriously. I will say this. You need to, if you really want to quit, you really want to get away from that job, it's possible. Let me just encourage you. It is so possible. It's very doable. But you need to do your due diligence. So you need to plan something. Plan how you're going to exit from that job instead of just quitting like I did. Well, yes, I quit on the spot, but in actuality, I did plan for it in terms of, there were some things that I knew that I had to do if I was going to be working for myself versus, just getting out there and not really having a plan. That's not me. So what I did was I paid down my credit card debt. I started there. I started with the things that I know make a difference in my life, the things that I know that could potentially hold you back, have you frustrated, have you stressed out in the event that you don't get a paycheck in 2 weeks. Because anytime you're starting a new business venture, or you starting a new journey in life, things may not necessarily pan out the way that you were hoping or praying for. So you have to make sure that you take care of the things that will help you to continue on with whatever lifestyle it is that you're used to or you're accustomed to living. So having said that, yes, I paid down my credit card debt. I absolutely did. I made sure that all of my bills, my finances, all of that was, in a pretty good place. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, oh my God, I everything is just perfect and I don't owe anything. No, I have some basic things and I have some things that I have to, still continue to pay and all of that. And it does require me to still bring in, some income. It does. But what I want to tell you is that you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. See, the first step, I honestly believe, in being able to step out on your own is you got to have faith in you. You got to have faith in God. You got to believe that He's not going to turn His back on you. He's going to have you regardless of what your situation is. And you got to believe that you can do it. I was listening to Napoleon Hill last night, and he was talking about the mastermind, and how important it is to believe in something before it even happens. And we all know the Bible talks about faith without works is dead, and it's very true. So if you say that you have faith, then you have to do the work that you need to do so that your part is taken care of, and now God's going to do the rest. But see, so many times we want God to open up all these doors, but we're not even willing to do one thing that we're supposed to do. But we want Him to bless us abundantly. But a lot of people are lazy, and a lot of people are procrastinators. So if you're not doing what you need to do, that makes it a little more challenging for God to be able to really step in and bless you the way that He wants to, because you still have to take some steps too. It's a dual relationship. Just like you think in your mind you working with Him, He working with you, and you working with Him and He working with you. And so He doing His part, and so you got to do your part. He doing His part, and so you got to do your part. And so when you do those things, Guys, I'm telling you, when you get to the other side, when you actually leave that job that has been stressing you out, that doesn't want to give you the promotion that you deserve, that doesn't hear you, they tell you we want you to have a voice, but then when you start to speak, it's a problem. Some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, when you're ready to leave that job where they told you, oh, you got to go get all this education, and you went out and got the education, and nothing happened, and you're still in the same position. I know a lot of y'all can probably relate to that, because I sure can, because that was part of my story. Yes, honey, I went out. Many years ago, I did not have a degree. I went out, I earned my associates. I earned my bachelor's degree. I even earned my master's degree, and still did not get a promotion. You feel me? So having said that, I was more than excited to give them the deuces the day I decided to walk away from that job, because it showed me that, number one, they did not appreciate me. They didn't appreciate me. I was just another worker bee doing all this work. Now I had a decent salary, I'm not gonna kid you. I did. I had a decent salary. However, I was not happy within me, because I knew that God had something more for me. But I was like a lot of people. I was so scared to step out there, and so scared to take a chance, and so scared. And then finally I had to really talk to myself. I had to talk to myself, and I had to say, self, what you gonna do? You gonna sit here, or you gonna make a move? Which one is it? Because see, if you're going to sit here, then you're going to stop complaining. You're going to stop talking trash about how much you hate this job, but yet you ain't willing to do nothing about it. Or self, are you going to get up and get them deuces for real? I went with the second option. And I have not looked back. And can I tell you something? There is nothing like the freedom of being able to wake up in the mornings. I can go have my cup of coffee or my cup of tea. I go out for long walks. You know, I have my half hour, 45-minute meditation in the morning. I don't have to worry about rushing into the office, commuting for an hour and a half or more. I don't have to worry about rushing out at lunchtime to go get me something to eat, only to have to rush back to the office because somebody's watching what time I left my desk. No. And I'm telling you, you too can be there, but you got to believe, and you got to take action. Take action, take action, take action. I promise you, life on the other side feels so much better. So much better. So much better. And I want you to be able to experience that. We all deserve to be able to experience that. Think about, listen, before the pandemic, we were all stuck in these jobs. Like it or not, we were there. When the pandemic happened, I believe it opened everybody's eyes. It showed us that, look, you don't have to necessarily go into an office to be productive. You don't have to. In fact, you can get more done working from home than you do in the office. Now, if you want to flip that, you get more done at home working for yourself versus working for somebody else. And that is the beauty of it. That's the real beauty of it, guys. I promise you. And yes, I've had, a couple of people say, well, Audrey, you're married and you're this. Okay, let's back up. I am married and I'm blessed and highly favored. I have an amazing husband who loves me and will do anything for me. But see, the thing about me is I'm used to my own independence to a degree. Because before I married him, if I was going to walk out on the job, I had to deal with the consequences. You walking out on the job, okay, you got to make your way. Well, I look at it the same way. Yeah, I have a husband sitting over here, but at the same time, I'm making sure that I'm taking care of my business so I don't have to be a burden on my husband. And I know it's going to be a lot of you that are looking, that you're going to be like, well, Audrey, I don't have a husband. I don't have a second income. And I don't have that. And guess what? Yes, it is there and it is in place. But I'm working my business for me. I'm a new loan signing agent, by the way. And I'm loving my life. That's another video, though. I'm standing on my own. I'm taking responsibility for my life. And that's what you have to do. So it don't matter if you're with somebody and if you're not with somebody. If you're not with somebody, then you're going to have to do a little bit more planning. Unless you have a substantial amount of money tucked away, you got zero bills, you don't have to worry about mortgage and car notes and car insurance and all this other stuff. Good for you. But if you are by yourself and you really want to get away from that job, you're going to have to plan a little bit more than what maybe the average person does. And that's okay. Map out your plan. Write it down on paper. Make sure you pray about it first. Pray about it. Give it to God. Ask Him for the answers. Sometimes you might have to fast and pray. You might have to back up from the table so that you can pray it, so that you can hear the word that God has coming for you. Everybody's situation is different. True. But at the end of the day, we all need what we need. We all want what we want. The question is, how bad do you really want to leave that job? And that's the question that only you can answer. It don't matter how many videos you get on YouTube and you watch, or Instagram, or whatever other platform, Facebook. It don't matter. You can watch 1,000 people. But until you ask yourself that question, how bad do you want to leave that job? And until you're honest with yourself, you're going to find yourself still stuck in that same position. Don't let it be you. Why do you have to be in the same position a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now? Still singing the same old song about you sick and tired of being sick and tired. But guess what, boo? You ain't too tired. You haven't taken action. You got to take action. You have to take action. When you take one step, God is going to take two. He's going to work it all out in your favor. I am a living witness. And I know y'all might be looking at me one way, but I'm going to tell you, and I know because you don't know me like that, but I'm going to tell you, people that know me and they see me today, they will tell you, wow, that ain't nothing but God. For me to be able to be in a situation where I can sit here and have this conversation with you, I promise you, it's nothing but God. So, listen, again, just remember, anything you want in life, you can have. It doesn't matter what your current situation looks like. Because, see, the enemy wants you to believe that there ain't nothing you can do. Woe is me, you stuck, you done. And that is so far from the truth. You not done, sis. You not done, bruh. You got to bet on you. And that's the problem with a lot of people. You'll go to work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Work yourself to death for your employer. But you won't even take 2 hours out your schedule to do something for you and your family. Generational wealth is built on the fact that that person decided to bet on themselves. And they went to work. They didn't make excuses. They didn't have time to make excuses. They got out there and they hustled and they did what they had to do. They put it together. It didn't feel good. Let me tell you something. As a well, I don't want to say a new business owner, but I am a new business owner in terms of my loan signing agent business. But I'm gonna tell you, it's not all, flowers and ice cream. Yeah, I said flowers and ice cream. It's not. There's days when it's like really tough. There are days where, in the back of your mind, you be like, ooh, if I was still at work, I'd be getting a paycheck. But I'm not getting a paycheck. But it's okay. Everything is going to come to you when it's supposed to come to you. But you have to make sure you're in position. Get in position. Be ready. Take action. Be intentional. Have a purpose. And make sure your why is big enough. Because when your why is huge, when it's so big that it scares you, that's when you know you're on the right path. Don't dream small. Dream big and go after what you want. No more 9 to 5 for me. Love you. Bye, guys.